It has been 18 days since the militant group Hamas attacked Israel. On that fateful day, the militant group took several hostages with them as they returned to Gaza, which was sort of like their insurance policy going forward. Now the pressure is intensifying on Israel to negotiate the release of more than 200 people held by Hamas. Desperate families are begging the officials to help free their loved ones before an anticipated ground invasion. Now, according to an Israeli military spokesperson, more than 212 people are being held in Gaza. Officials are also working to identify and locate those missing after the deadly incursion by Hamas. On Sunday evening, a group of families of those held hostage in Gaza met the Israeli president, Isaac Herzog, at his residence in Jerusalem for almost 2 hours. But the patience amongst civilians is running out. Crowds are gathering outside the president's house, singing songs of mourning and demanding the immediate release of their loved ones.
אני לא מדינאית ואני ולא אשת ביטחון. אני אימא דואגת, יש לי 2 ילדות קטנות, אני רוצה אותן פה. עושה הרבה כדי להישאר חזקה ככה כמו שאני. כי חשוב לי שהבנות שלי יראו אותי חזקה. אם מישהו מראה להם את הרעיון הזה איתך, אני רוצה שהם יראו אותי ושהם ידעו שאני עושה הכל כדי להחזיר אותם.
Those people have no much time. We have to help those hostages very fast. This elderly has no connection to any war. You took people that they are sick to a place which is very difficult to have treatment in. My grandfather and grandmother were taking the sick people from Gaza Strip who cannot get their treatment there to Israeli hospitals, and now they took them there. So I'm very afraid, and
Now the pressure, it's not just piling up from the inside of Israel, but it's happening from the outside as well. Many of the hostages were citizens or dual nationals of countries around the world, including Israel's closest allies. At least some of the 10 US citizens still unaccounted for are believed to be held in Gaza. There are also 17 thighs among the hostages and 8 Germans. 7 British nationals and 7 French citizens are still classified as missing, and some of them are believed to be hostages too.
So far, 2 US citizens, Judith Ranan and her daughter Natalie, have been released by Hamas after mediation by Qatari officials. Members of the International Committee of the Red Cross escorted the pair out of Gaza. The pair were then accompanied to an Israeli military base where they were reunited with their families.
I came here to just show my support to Israel, to hopefully give some love to the people of Israel, that they see people care. And also I have 3 children, and I want them to see that we stand with Israel.
There are no words to describe the suffering of families who have seen their relatives butchered in front of them, and relatives who live in hope that those who were living peacefully in their homes just 2 weeks ago and are now in a Hamas dungeon should be freed. No words can sum up the evil of those responsible for these acts.
The time is crucial for the hostages. The hostages' lives remain at stake. While Israel yet to launch its counteroffensive in Gaza, fears are mounting that once the operation begins, freeing further hostages will be impossible.
Although Washington is pressing Israel to delay its ground invasion to allow negotiations for the release of American hostages and humanitarian aid to flow into the Gaza Strip, the United States considers getting the release of hostages a priority. Hamas, on the other hand, has alleged that Israel is not serious about negotiating the release of the hostages. It even claimed that Israel had declined to receive 2 more hostages that they were willing to release on humanitarian grounds. Israel has dismissed Hamas' claim as propaganda.
That are relevant to the hostages.